Welcome to Bill's Bridge Corner, Friday, January 24th, 2014. Class 93, Duplicate versus IMPS, Part 1, the odds. So you say you play bridge. Well, there are three different ways you can play bridge. You can play duplicate bridge, you can play team or imp bridge, or you can play rubber bridge. Are they the same game? Definitely not. Let's examine this case by case. We're starting a three-class series on the differences between duplicate and imp, team play, or rubber bridge. First difference, playing the odds. Let's separate the trees from the forest. Why do we play duplicate as declare differently? I'm going to give you a hand and you play the hand as declare. You have a choice of two ways you can play the hand. Which way do you play it? Both sides are vulnerable. Your contract is 3-no trump, and you have a choice of two ways of playing it. A given bridge hand has two ways of playing, and we'll see that hand shortly. Playing the first way, 67.8% of the time, you will make an over trick, but 32.2% of the time, you will go down one trick. Or option 2, playing a second way, 96.1% of the time you will make your contract, but 3.9% of the time you'll go down by 2 tricks. Option 2, the question I ask you is, which choice do you make? And my answer is, what game do you play? Tell me more. What game are you playing? Let's compare. Let's look at the possibilities, the odds. Let's suppose that you play the hand 100 times, and let's compare the results playing option 1 versus option 2. In the first case, we're playing duplicate. For option 1, 67.8% of the time we get an over trick. We score 630. We'll get a top board versus 600, those who don't. The other 32.2% of the time we'll get a minus 100 or minus 200. That will be a bottom board. So our average score playing duplicate for 100 boards is going to be 67.8%. Now let's suppose we're playing imps, same case. If we choose option 1 as the way to play, 67.8% of the time we'll get 630 versus 600. We gain one imp 67.8% of the time versus 600. 32.2% of the time we go down. We'll get minus 100. The imps are minus 12. What's the difference? The total imp difference on 100 games is minus 318.6. And what that means is that it's going to take us 12 times to make up for that one bottom that we got playing imps. Because you see, in duplicate, every hand is scored separately. At imps are total points. One big minus score, like that minus 12, wipe out a lot of plus ones. Now let's look at the situation if we take case 2. How does that look? Again, we played 100 times. Choosing option 2. 67.8% of the time we get 600. We're going to get a bottom board the majority of the time. It's only 30 points difference, but it's a bottom board scoring duplicate. 32.2% of the time we're going to go down 100 or 200. We'll get an average board, minus 100 or minus 200. So we're going to end up with a 16.1% score at duplicate. What about imps? Choice 2 for imps, option 2. 67.8% of the time we're going to get 600, we're going to lose 1 imp. 600 versus 630. But 32.2% of the time, we get 600 versus a minus whatever, so it's minus 12 or we get a plus 12 or a plus 13, plus 600 versus a minus 100, 200. Again, we want to play it safe. What's the summary? The imps would be plus 334.7. We played it 100 times. Summary: take reasonable risks for overtricks in duplicate. But if you're playing imp or total points or team play, play it safe. The contract is the thing. That is the difference between duplicate and imp, total points, or rubber bridge. Play safe. At duplicate, if the odds are with you, go for it. Let's example, you are playing duplicate, and here's a real hand. The opening lead is the Jack of Spades to East King. Plan the play. You have 2 spade tricks given the lead. You have 2 hearts, 1 diamond, and 3 clubs. Your 9th trick has to come from clubs. Now the clubs, you have 8. So there are 5 outstanding. 3-2 is the most likely distribution of the clubs. How should you play the club suit? Again, what are you playing? You playing duplicate or are you playing imps? In duplicate, play the queen, then a club to dummy. If West shows out, you're still protected. You're going to still make 4 tricks. 4-1 by East. But if, on the other hand, East has all 4 clubs, you're going to go down. Such is life. At imps, just duck a club. Forget it. Don't go for that over trick. It's not worth it. You want to get that guaranteed 3-0 trump? Make it. There is the difference in how you play. You play safe at imps. You take reasonable chances at duplicate. Tomorrow, in class 94, we're going to look at the second way in which duplicate is different than imp or total points or team play. It's the contract itself. We'll see you then.